because we've read books. You and I have both read books on negotiation, or listened to podcasts on negotiation. In your book, you talk. It's not just about the deal. It's not just about negotiating, at the coalface or in the heat of the moment. In fact, you talk a lot about the principles of NLP and a lot of the neuropsychology that sits behind the art or the science in lots of ways of negotiation. But I think one of the things I really liked was your focus on building rapport. How pivotal is building rapport to the negotiation process?
Well, I know in Mastermind, you frequently talk about people doing business with people they know, like, and trust. So we like dealing with people who we like. And in general, we like people who are like us. We have preconceived ideas. So therefore, rapport, in other words, creating more of a sameness and less of a difference, is very important in relationships and very much in the sales relationship. So when I first started learning sales techniques many, many years ago, and I remember where I first picked up my first book on sales many years ago, it was on, it gave you a whole lot of sections on selling, but 3/4 of the book was on handling objections. And it was how to force people to do something that didn't come naturally. The tables have turned. The other thing that's turned is, in the old days, people used to trust you until you gave them a reason not to. I think we're much more skeptical today. So today, you actually have to build trust before people are going to be prepared to buy from you. So for that reason, building rapport, building a relationship, minimizing the differences is critical. So when I see clients, and a number of the people, the majority of the people on the other side of this hot seat have had a consultation with me, Metropole, one of the first things I used to do was try and find something in common, whether it's where they lived or the football team or something like that. And I used to have to, I guess, structure that and force that. Now all this is natural to me. So as you say, it's a learned thing, but now one of the first things I do is I have something to talk about in common with them. But by the way, it interests me. I want to. Any of these techniques that I'm talking about in the book, and we're going to discuss today, can either be used for good, or they can be manipulated to take advantage of people. So these techniques are good or bad depending upon your intent. And if your intent is to scam people and sell them services they don't need or products they don't want, then you're a con man, and you shouldn't be part of Mastermind, and I know they're not. On the other hand, if you believe that your service is better than other people, you're going to improve people's lives, it's your obligation to encourage people, to persuade them to use your service, because using an alternative, because there's always going to be somebody doing it cheaper, there's always somebody not going to do it as well as you. It's your obligation to show them why you're the service provider, the product seller that they should be using in market.
Yeah, I think there's been a real shift, Michael. And you remember, I think it was the movie The Boiler Room, where they talk about the ABC of selling, which is always be closing. And I was just saying to somebody the other day that I think these days it's more like always be opening. So it's always building rapport. It's always opening and getting people to know you better. And it goes through that, know, like, trust, buy, repeat, refer concept.